5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Have you ever had trouble falling asleep? Are you tired of your old, boring, ugly, putrid pillow? Then this is the product for you. Introducing the Super Sleeper Pillow, the revolutionary new pillow that will change the way you sleep forever. Thanks to our cutting-edge technology, you can say goodbye to tossing and turning every night. This is the pillow of the future. Now you'll enjoy restful sleep every night and wake up feeling well-rested and ready to take on your day. Make all of your dreams come true with the Super Sleeper Pillow, the pillow of your dreams.
I think I worry a lot these days about people being disconnected and not finding ways of really connecting in person and on a human level and on a creative level. The decline in third spaces has really eroded our sense of community. We're losing shopping malls, we're losing parks, we're losing libraries and community centers.
And when that space is lost, we're not getting as much done in our personal lives. We're not growing as well as we could there.
And that has ripple effects through the entirety of your life.
Eugene Creation Exchange began with a book club that Georgia and I started. We had this thought, what if we made it an art club? And that's when we began dreaming up like open studio and embroidery nights and paint in the park.
Part of the reason I enjoy Creation Exchange is they have hosted events where you do different things.
I think now more than ever, we all need to be in community. Like, we need each other.
The other part is that you can see what other people are working on and get inspiration. Working in a vacuum kind of removes you from that.
And whether people come and they're even like doing art at all, or if they're just coming to hang out, it's just a chance for us all to be in community.
That feeling of things being like home. Participating in groups like Creation Exchange helps out with having that moment kind of clicking for you.
What the Eugene Makerspace mission statement means to me personally is it's a place where people from all walks of life can share knowledge together freely. Unlike a place that would only do woodworking or only electronics or only fiber art, we can bring all of those together.
The Makerspace has had some real high points. I know when I joined, there was a real kind of buzz of people in there doing interesting projects, kind of feeding off of each other's energy. Over the years, I could see the energy change. It went from being like a kind of very vibrant space to one that was a little bit abandoned, a little bit neglected.
The Eugene Makerspace caught fire in September of 2024. The impact it had on the members and the patrons was pretty enormous.
There was a moment there where, as we were reflecting on the fire in the weeks after that, there was a real question as to whether we really wanted to rebuild.
We started meeting outside of the Makerspace, and we actually started rebuilding a community, and we built a new community. There was a phoenix on the postcard on our first meeting, and I took that as a sign for a rebirth for the Makerspace.
The community that came out of that was surrounding the Makerspace, came to the front in a way that it had kind of receded. We saw more enthusiasm, we saw more bodies, people showing up at our events than we'd seen in a long time.
My name is Audra Olazabal. I have a PhD in applied developmental psychology from Fordham University, but my background as relevant to this is that I researched and studied creativity and community building. In terms of third spaces or places in the community where you can be creative, what we've seen in the last several decades is a huge decline in these kind of spaces. Another thing that's important when you talk about community and creativity is that the creativity of a community helps define it. And you see that reflected in the kind of events that they put on and the kind of values that the community focuses on.
And the key part of that is that we need people showing up. People always think like, oh, it's great that it's there, I should go down there one day. Without people working on interesting stuff, we're basically just a building.
It's very important for everyone to have access to safe spaces to create art in community so that we all individually have the opportunity to process our feelings through art, whatever medium it is. Through processing it in a safe space, I believe that everyone can then feel empowered to then go back out into the world and advocate for what matters and be leaders.
Hey, I'm Ty the Titan, here to help you through your train wreck of a first day at college. Let's see if our friends can make it through. Here's Scourtney, right on time. Look, there's a handy map. The map, Scourtney, it's right behind you. I don't know about that one. She's a little off. At least she made it to campus. If you paid the transportation fee, you can get a bus pass. And just like that, you're riding the bus. Look at these two. They look like they have their lives together. Let's see how each of their first days go. Jim Bob made it to class on his first try. How wonderful. Looks like Jim Bob is getting settled in, making friends. Uh-oh. Jim Bob seems to be stressed out. First days can certainly be overwhelming. His new friend Blecky wants to help. How nice. It looks like Blecky has an idea. Frazzled? Frenzied? Freaking out? We've got you, my overstimulated friend. Tucked away downstairs in the Zen Den is a safe and quiet place. All students are welcome here. Let's give Jim Bob space for his processes and check in on Doolin in the center building. Looks like Doolin's not doing so great either. At least Doolin ended up in the right place to get the help he needed. The Student Help Desk, also known as the Shed, is a great place to go when you have problems like Doolin. They have laptops, Chromebooks, and hotspots to borrow for the term to help you get your work done. Located next to the library on the second floor of the Center Building. Oh, here comes Blackie. Looks like Blackie is getting well adjusted to our Media Arts resources with our handy dandy equipment checkout. As you take more classes, it will open up more options for you to check out. You are a college student. Statistically, you are broke. But your project needs gear, and Eco is the way to get that gear. Located in Building 18, available to all Media Arts students. There goes Scortney again. Well, look at that. The gang's all here. Someone smart once said, you are your own best resource. In Scortney's case, the best resource is her fellow students. And that's how it's done, folks. Always remember, you're not alone. Even if the voices in your head tell you you are.